Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. Yes, this is a movie review. I just want to give a quick announcement at the beginning and an announcement at the end. So, the announcement at the beginning, I'm sorry that I'm not uploading as many videos as I would have done. Since Back to My Future, the enthusiasm to do videos has kind of slowly died down. But also, don't forget, I haven't been well. My partner hasn't been well, so it's taking care of her while taking care of myself. There's just been a lot going on, a ton of stuff going on. But, hopefully, at the end announcement, you'll kind of understand a little bit more of what's going to happen in the future. But let's just get on with this review. This review is about an amazing fantasy movie known as Inkheart, based from a book. Never read the book, but my brother did, said he really enjoyed it. So, all I can say and judge is from the movie standpoint. Now, Inkheart is an amazing movie. It's really fun. It's family friendly. There's so much in it that's enjoyable. Let's get on to the cast very quickly. So we've got a character known as Mo, who's played by Brendan Fraser. Not a very popular actor anymore, but he's done a lot of amazing films. A lot of people don't like Brendan Fraser that much, but I quite enjoyed him as an actor. I thought he brought a lot of love and emotion to every role he played, even his like most serious comedic ones. I thought he always brought a bit of emotion to it, so I enjoyed him. Then we've got Eliza Bennett as Maggie, who plays his daughter. We've also got Paul Bettany, who plays a character known as Dustfinger, who I'll talk a little bit more about in the review. Then we've got Andy Serkis playing the main bad villain of this movie, known as Capricorn, who just looks sick as anything in this. And then we have Jim Broadbent, a very great British actor, just along the lines of Paul Bettany. He plays the author of the book Inkheart in the movie and he plays the author in real life kind of thing, known as Fenagoli. Now, I'm going to tell a little bit, about 5 minutes of the movie, because I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it. So I'm going to tell about 5 or 10 minutes of the movie, and then that's going to be it, done. So the movie starts off with Brendan Fraser reading this book to his baby. And I think he's like Red Riding Hood. And as he's going along the page, this weird like twitches and sounds start happening, and he asks his wife, like, what's that? She says, I don't know what's going on. And he's reading, like, as the girl walks down... Oh, by the way, if you hear any weird noise in the background, that's like very quiet noises. That's our guinea pigs. They're talking while I'm trying to do a video. Perfect timing. But as he's reading through Red Riding Hood, the book, he's talking about this little girl walking down through a forest, and she's wearing the most like reddest of silk. And when the twitches happen, you see this weird red silky material fall down from the sky. And when it does, it lands on their washing line outside their window. And you think, okay, that's kind of weird. It then skips to his baby being a mature girl. And they're going around this weird town looking for old books. And it turns out that Mo is looking for a very specific book. And he's been looking all around the world for this copy of this one book, and they can't find it. So while he looks into a bookstore, his daughter is sitting outside reading through these books on a stall. He finally comes across a copy of the book that he was looking for, known as Inkheart, a very rare in print book. His daughter then is introduced to this little ferret-like creature that has these tiny horns. And she tries to stroke him, but then he tries to bite. And then this tall, dusty man with ginger hair, known as Dustfinger, appears from the corner. And explains that the ferret-like creature doesn't like to be tickled. And starts talking to the daughter, and the daughter starts getting weird, and he's a stranger. But the guy says her name. And the guy mentions that he's known this girl from years ago, but she was just a baby. And then Mo comes out and sees them together. He tells his daughter to hide and run. This character, Dustfinger, is pushing around Mo, saying you need to read me back into my book. And the daughter's like, what does it mean, read you back into the book? What do you mean by that? And then they escape Dustfinger. And Dustfinger's chasing after their car, saying, I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you. Because he explained to Mo that there's a villain looking for him, and that the villain knows where he lives. So he needs Mo's help to read him back into his book. And because Mo escapes, Dustfinger turns to the worst of the worst to find help. They escape off to their her grandma's house, who's played by Helen Mirren, great British actress. Moody cow in this film, but awesome, very funny. But Dustfinger appears at the house and says, "Look, well, I tried to ask you for your help. I asked you, would you read me back into my book? You didn't want to, so I've told Capricorn, the leader of the evil group, to come and find you here, because he offered to help me." Now, the reason he keeps referencing this "read me back into my book" is because Mo has got this ability, which is known as being called the Silver Tongue, which is, as you know from what I described at the beginning, whenever he reads from his book, or any written print, something from that written print will come into the real world, but at a price. Something from the real world will have to take its place in the book. Whether it's an item or a person, it always happens. And it turns out that the bad guy is wanting a silver tongue like Mo to read from all these books to get everything they want, no matter what the risks are of who goes back into the books or not. And I'm going to leave it there. That's where I'm going to leave it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I recorded this review about 10 minutes before I recorded this part. I already recorded this whole review, the whole video. But I genuinely thought it was shit and sucked. Until my missus turned around to me and said, "Why don't you just record the whole thing again?" She didn't even deny that it sucked, the first one. She was like, "Just do it again." I think she knows when I'm shit. She advised me to do the right thing by trying to record again. But I'm going to leave it there because there's so much in this movie that you have to see for yourself in order to enjoy. I'm very enthusiastic about this movie. It was a blind buy years ago on DVD, but as you saw recently, my partner, she picked up a copy of Inkheart on Blu-ray, brand new seal for me as a present, and I was so over the moon. It's just a fantastic movie. And on Blu-ray, on a HD TV, it just looks freaking phenomenal. There's a lot in that movie that looks great. So a lot of scenery magic too, so it's awesome. Scenery is awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to say that basically, that's the review. I enjoyed this movie. I haven't done ratings in a while, so I don't see the point of doing a random rating now. But it's definitely an enjoyable movie for me. So yeah, just a quick announcement at the end. As I said from the beginning, I'm sorry I haven't done as many videos, but I explained why. So this announcement is going to be my schedule for YouTube. Yes, this is going to be my current flow I'm going to do every week. On a Monday, I'm going to be doing a standard movie review, whether it's good or bad. On a Wednesday, it's going to be a 3D Blu-ray review, whether it's good or bad. And then same goes for Friday for standard movies, good or bad, it's going to be a review. Between those days, if I get days where I can, I'm going to do other videos, so such as unboxings or out and abouts or just random videos to do with movies or anything else that's interesting to my friends, or my friends and my followers, you know. So that for me is something that I'm looking forward to. So it's great. Yeah, so I got that to look forward to though. I've got my schedule. Monday's movie review, I don't know what movie it's going to be, but I'm going to choose one because, in fairness, I'm not going to be here. But I am going to be doing the movie review, so it doesn't make a difference where I am. See, it might be different, but trust me, there is going to be that review. So, yeah, there's just that involved in things. Also, I finally did what I mentioned in my video I uploaded recently. Before, I think it was before the Inkheart one I released, or the Doctor Strange review, I can't remember which one I uploaded before the Inkheart unboxing. I finally, my printer ink managed to finally turn up. Now, I just want to say something. I'm not going to mention the business name as of yet because I haven't heard back from them. I asked them, I said I wanted to mention their business in the YouTube video, purely so that they can get some support. Because I just want to explain something quickly. This place is amazing. They sold Canon printer ink for quite a cheap price. Now, Canon printer, as everyone knows, is a very expensive printer ink company. Like, Canon has always been an expensive company, but their ink for their printers is quite expensive for separate cartridges. Now, this company sold two cartridges, a black ink cartridge and a color ink cartridge, and sold them both for quite a cheap price, along with two small packs of 4x6 photo paper, which was amazing, right? And for example, look, I finally got a photo print of the Back to My Future. I'm going to get it framed on my desk because this is a great memory for me. Thanks, Arthur. I had to get this printed so I could, like, have it on my desk. That's me. But yeah, so And in fairness, the ink turned up, and I was like, okay, great. The photo paper. It said a pack of photo paper, but it turned up with 2, so I thought, like, that's amazing. And then behind it was this letter, saying, it said something about recycling. At first, I was thinking, oh, recycling people. But then I opened up the envelope, and these 2 white little bags fell out. And I was, what the hell is this? I looked down. This company, people, I'm going to tell you this now. Not only is this company selling ink for a lot cheaper than most shops would. So not only are they willing to lose out on slight bits of money to give people their happiness so that they can have their printing happiness thing. Not only that, these people are recycling used ink cartridges to help children with cancer. Now, that is what I call absolutely freaking amazing. I've got the letter here. I am not going to show, obviously, my address. All I'm going to show is this part of the paper with the letter. I'm going to read it. Thank you for your order. If you have received a free post charity bag, please return your empty ink cartridges for our chosen charity, Children with Cancer UK. So far, we have raised over £47,500 for the charity and have reduced landfill waste by over 100 tons to date. Look at that. I'm not going to mention the company yet. As soon as they tell me that I can mention their company, as soon as they mention that I can actually mention who they are, as soon as they let me know that's fine, I will gladly do that, because this company, they are not only just selling cheap ink for people out there to use their home devices, they are helping children with cancer by getting you to just do the right thing by reusing your old cartridges. That's just wow. I posted mine off yesterday. As soon as I found I took the ink cartridges out of the printer, the old ones. I put them straight in the bags, and I sent them off because I want to do my bit. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. That is something so awesome. It's the first time I've seen anything like this on any kind of website or any kind of company do. Wow, and now I know who I'm going to be constantly purchasing my printer ink from. I trust these people. Obviously, I said, look, in fairness, like, the photo paper is really good quality, and I love the way that it's kind of hard to see because there's not much lighting at the moment, but, like, the ink turned out really well on this photo paper, and I like the way it captures every bit of artwork that Arthur did. So all the artwork that Arthur did in this picture is captured very nicely on this paper. That's why I'm keeping this in my frame. When I get the frame for it, I'm purchasing a frame tomorrow. But it just captures every moment of it, and so wow. The company is amazing. So the moment they say I can mention them, I will, trust me. But yeah, so I have printed off the sleeves that I mentioned for Star Wars that I said I was gonna do. I cannot show them yet, as I do not have the names of the artists who did it, and I explained something. I'm gonna explain it again in this video very quickly. I am not printing off any more than just 1 copy of these sleeves. These are for my personal collection only, so I will not be selling them. I will not be sending them to anybody. They're just one-off sleeves that I've printed from online just for my personal use only. And I will never take credit for someone else's artwork. For example, Arthur, he did my end of video artwork, and he's done my Back to My Future artwork. Plus, he helped me with my banner for YouTube and my YouTube face picture. I've never taken credit for those. I've always let people know that he's done all this artwork for me and that he's done a fantastic job on everything for it. So it's the same goes for these people. Whoever made these sleeves and put them on Google for me to download, or for anyone to download, it will be in their name, and thanks for them being there for me to download to use for my film. So, but the moment I find the names of the artists or the people who created these sleeves, I'll be mentioning their names so that people know who they are, and to know their talents has been quite a fantastic thing. Anyway, YouTube, that is the end of this video. If you enjoy these videos and previous videos, please show your support by clicking that like button down below. And if you're new to my channel or watch my videos occasionally but haven't subscribed, please show your support by subscribing too. That will be a big help. And I will see you next time. Take it easy.